Hey everyone, Johnny here, Don't Speak News. Well, here's a story that everyone should be speaking about. Fed Chair Jerome Powell says U.S. may be drastically overstating job numbers. The country could be losing 20,000 jobs a month, Powell said, a concern that was part of the decision to cut interest rates like they did yesterday. So, Fed Chair Jerome Powell pointed on Wednesday to a job market that economists have been worried about for months. Official statistics could be drastically overstating recent hiring. In other words, they're lying about it again and fudging the numbers, just like they did during the Biden administration. It doesn't change. Just because the administration goes Republican or Democrat, the bottom line doesn't change. Okay? They just change their policies and how they do things. One's more communist, one's more, I would say authoritarian, more like Hitler. That's what I said years ago, too, when Trump and Hillary were running against each other in 2016. At the time, I said, which one do you want, Trump, which is Hitler, or Hillary, which is Stalin? Either way, it's evil. And either way, you're not going to have a good time. So, and we're not, right? I mean, ever since then, it's been pretty bad. But anyway, they say that the U.S. economy is actually losing 20,000 jobs a month, not gaining. And to go along with that, there's been a major shift in international money policy and trading that nobody's talking about. But Hal Turner talked about it here on December 7th. And so now I'm going to report it to you as I'm just getting back around to it. But this article is entitled The Most Important Monetary Shift of the 21st Century, and nobody's talking about it. So we will, like always. So a fully traceable sequence of geopolitical, financial, and market events reveal a new global reserve structure being built outside the US dollar. When Shanghai Trading opens tonight, it should become clear. Remember, this is a few days old. So he was talking about Monday morning. After Western sanctions in 2022, India and Russia oil trade exploded, reaching record levels, which were 52 to 67 billion annually. But there was a huge problem. India tried paying Russia in the Indian national rupee, and Russia rejected it. Why? Because the INR is not convertible internationally. Russia called it pointless outside of India in May of 2023. So with 40 billion stuck in Indian banks, Russia faced a crisis. It couldn't repatriate the INR. It couldn't convert to US dollars due to sanctions. It couldn't spend INR inside India, so it needed a store of value escape hatch. This was the beginning of a silent monetary revolution. India shifted to paying Russia in AED, which are UAE dirhams, and Chinese yuan. Why AED? Because it's liquid, freely convertible, and strategically important. China needs AED to buy Gulf oil, and UAE is the new neutral clearing hub. Russia can exchange AED without touching the US dollar and its networks. This created a new settlement loop. India to Russia to China to United Arab Emirates and then back to India, no US dollars involved. And here's the breakthrough discovery. From July 2024, something shocking appeared on the charts. Silver began moving tick for tick with the INR, CNY, that's the yuan, and the Indian rupee exchange rate. Isn't that something? Look how they're going parallel with each other. This correlation has never existed in history. Silver detached from the COMEX pricing and started tracking settlement currency flows. That is a signal of sovereign accumulation, not investor speculation. So in other words, they're accumulating silver to help exchange and pay for their debts. Why would silver suddenly track INR and CNY? Because here's the mechanism. India buys oil, pays Russia an AED. Russia converts AED, Chinese yuan. Then China wants AED for Gulf oil. Russia uses Chinese yuan to buy physical silver from China. Silver becomes the reserve asset for storing value from the India-Russia trade outside the U.S. system. This is the missing link no analyst has seen. And what did India do when this began? On July 23rd, 2024, India suddenly slashed silver import duties from 15% to 6%. At the exact time, the INR and the CNY silver correlation emerged. That's the rupee and the Chinese yuan. So now there's the story. Budget 2024, customs duty on gold, silver cut to 6%. So why make silver cheaper when prices are exploding globally? Because India wants domestic silver accumulation as a hedge. Government policy moves don't lie. Then comes the final confirmation. In late September 2024, Russia released its 2025 through 2027 federal budget. For the first time in Russian history, the government officially allocated funds for purchasing critical minerals. Silver will be there by default. It says right here, silver for the first time alongside gold, platinum, and palladium. This was described as a strategic diversification, partly for de-dollarization and industrial needs. So now silver is a sovereign reserve asset. Wow. So the global financial system is undergoing a silent reset. Old paradigms where the US dollars were used for oil and gold was a reserve metal. The new architecture now is the AED, which is the United Arab Emirates currency, and the Chinese yuan equals settlement, and silver is the reserve asset and the collateral. Silver just crossed from commodity to monetary reserve foundation. The world hasn't realized it yet. But this is why silver is exploding. Not because of retail hype, not because of solar panels, and not because of inflation. Silver is being monetized by the state level players outside of the US dollar system. Russia, China, and India just changed the future of money. And they did it because the US abuses them and everyone else with economic sanctions. So America did this to itself. Indeed, they did. When nations start stockpiling an asset quietly before the public understands its purpose, the revaluation is violent. Most analysts will wake up when silver is already 3 to 5 times higher. This is the biggest geopolitical monetary shift since 1971. You're not early, you're right on time. Watch the price of silver when Shanghai opens tonight. I suspect you will see physical silver cross the $60 per ounce threshold forever. And guess what? It has. I've been watching it the last few days, ever since this article came out on the, what was it, the 7th. So 4 days ago now, I've been watching the silver markets. And look at it. It's at 63.89. It was above 64 for a little while this morning. And it's not going to go back down. And it's because of what's going on between India, China, Russia, and of course the UAE. We have a new money settlement mechanism in the world, and it doesn't need the US dollar anymore. So how fast do you think de-dollarization is going to happen now? It's already happening, but they're just not really talking about it because they can't. A panic would ensue. So there'd be bank runs and everything else in the US if they announced all this. But I guarantee you a lot more people are taking notice than what we're hearing about. And that's like Kyle said here, nobody's talking about this. Well, we are. And that's my job. That's what I do. And that will be it for now. Don't forget, don'tspeaknews.com is home base for all that we do. If you want to get subscribed, there's a way to do so at the bottom of every article, or you can click on the subscribe contact Johnny tab right here and just type in your email to this box, click on subscribe, and you're in. Don't Speak News at Proton Mail is how you get in touch with me. And then, of course, if you want to support the channel, we are listener supported only. We're definitely in need of your support. Click on that tab, and all the links to support us are right there. And we thank you very much for that. Without you guys, we wouldn't be here. The Rumble, BitChute, and Telegram are right here, including our YouTube link, which may or may not be around for much longer. So I do recommend you sign up to the website because I will be putting more over here than it will be on YouTube. I put up articles yesterday that I didn't put up on YouTube just because, number one, I didn't have the time yesterday, but also YouTube is censoring the you-know-what out of us. I just got informed today there's a new way that they're censoring us. YouTube won't let my friend Jennifer share my videos because I'm shadow banned. And I've heard that from a couple other folks too. Censorship is off the charts, and that's why our views are down. I'm lucky if I get 200-300 views on a video now. And the only way it gets any better than that is if you guys share it. So please like them, share them, leave a comment. It all helps us defeat the algorithms of the YouTube machine. So I've never heard of that one, though, so that one must be new. They also took a video down of mine yesterday. In fact, let's go over there real quick and take a look at the channel and see if it's even still there. And it appears that we're still here, at least for now. But they took one of my videos down yesterday, and they did not give me a guideline strike, which surprised me, but they said it was taken down for community guideline reasons. And what it was a video on Alex Jones and exposing how he's controlled opposition. And they said the reason they took it down was because he's been banned from YouTube. And as we know, he's been banned for a while. And so they said, because he's been banned, you can't even talk about him on YouTube anymore, is essentially what they said in so many words. So, so the censorship is just off the scale. And like you can see here, we're lucky to break 300 views. Most of them are 200, 250, maybe 290. This one didn't even hit 200. So, and it's a short. So I know it isn't for lack of people. I know it isn't because people hate the show or hate the channel. It's because they're not seeing it. So let me know too in the comments if you guys are actually seeing the videos when they get posted, because I doubt it. So anyway, we'll just continue on as we always have until we can't anymore. And that's all we can do. And that'll be it for now. God bless, take care. Johnny Storm, Don't Speak News.